Okay, y'all, I am back. I am home. And I just showed you the gifts I got for Mother's Day, and I called myself an asshole. I am. However, I blame my husband. I told you my grandson gave me a very heartwarming gift. My son showed up this morning. Well, my husband knew I'm going to kill him after I was complaining because my kids only text messaged me on my birthday and Mother's Day. I knew I was only going to get a text message. Okay, so my son showing up this morning. My youngest daughter, she sent me a text message, which is okay. I get it. I get it. And I didn't really hear from my oldest daughter. So anyhow, we got up early this morning and I had decided to go to the water. Well, my husband didn't tell me that my oldest daughter had messaged him Friday night wanting to know where I was going to be this weekend. He should have known she was up to something. And he probably should have questioned it more. I feel like an asshole. My oldest daughter and my grandson drove all the way up to the market from where she lives, about 60 miles one way, about a 2-hour drive. Because of all the traffic you got to go through. Well, it's quite a ways for her anyhow. It's more than 60. It's about 80 miles one way. To the market. Now, everybody knew at the market that if it rained, I would be there. But if it was, I'm cooking some bacon to make my husband a sandwich. I told them all, if it's a beautiful day, I'm not coming. I'm going to the water. I have no plans, with my kids, nothing. I'm going to the water. That's what I want to do for Mother's Day. And I made that decision and we went. So I don't know. I don't know what time. Well, it was about an hour from the time because I saw the date stamp or the time stamp on it. From the time the message was sent until I got it. Because out on the water, you definitely have no cell where we go. And text messaging is scattered here or there. All of a sudden your phone goes off and it's throwing emails and everything. Next thing you know, service is gone. So it was like an hour after my friend at the market had sent me the message, I got it. It came through my phone. And it said, "Where are you?" Well, I guess I was mistaken. I thought everybody understood if it was a nice day I wasn't coming. And by this time of morning, they should have known I wasn't coming, because if I was coming, I would have been there. Anyhow, and I said, I'm on the water, whatever. And then she proceeds to tell me my oldest daughter and my grandsons were there looking for me. Well, at first, I was like, well, because I hadn't heard anything. Hold on, grab a paper towel. So, I figured later in the day it would be a text message, and because my old ass has been feeling real melancholy since the death of my friend and the girl's dad and then my sister, and it's all in like a 6-month period, and it's just kicked my ass. And so I think I was feeling pretty shitty for myself. I'm going to admit it. I mean, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And so I bitched about it. Not hearing from my kids, and they all, I don't know. I guess that's karma, huh? Because now I need to apologize and say what an asshole I was for saying that, I would probably just get a text message and that would be it. So anyhow, by the time I got that message, I knew she was probably well on her way home. And so I get home, and my grandson says, "Grandma, I think you got some packages." I don't know. He said, "There were some packages here on the porch." And I said, "Oh." I said, "Probably from your Aunt Sam." And I walked in, and sure enough, I could tell by the way they were wrapped, because she does such a beautiful job, that they were from her, and this big, beautiful orchid. I bet my coffee pot is done. Good. Hang in there with me for a cup of coffee. Anyhow, sure enough, that's what it was. 2 big bags and plant. So now I feel like a real asshole for opening my mouth. But then again, I was truly feeling that way that day. I mean, sometimes a month or better goes by before I hear from my kids. You know, and my son is only in the next county across the line, not very far at all. And, you know, both of my girls, they're 60 miles away. I love my family. You know, I want to be around them. I want to hear from them. So, yeah, I was pissed. I was pissed because my birthday, I got text messages. I didn't get a phone call, and I thought for sure, you know, that's what was going to happen today. Well, I'm an asshole because I should have known better. And my oldest daughter, that's the way she does things. She tries to go and do them without me knowing. Hi, Jen. You need to come out here?
No.
Oh, okay. However, my husband knew she was up to something, and he let me run my mouth. Instead of saying, babe, wait, I heard from Sam. I don't know what she's up to, but I think. Because had I known, so I called her, and I said, Sam, honey, had you called me or texted me, I would have been here. I said, but, and then that's what she says, Mom, I talked to Chris Friday. I messaged him and asked him what you were going to be doing, if you were going to be at the market this weekend, and he said yes. And I said, well, actually he wasn't lying, because that was Friday, and Friday I hadn't made that decision until Saturday, so he had no clue on Friday. I said, so he didn't do anything wrong, however he should have mentioned it. I said, so now I'm an asshole on Mother's Day because I thought my kids were just going to send me text messages, and I end up with all this great stuff, you know, and their thoughts, and so I don't know. But it's okay, because I love my children. I could spend all day, every day with my children, but I know they're grown, and I hope they appreciate the fact that I stay out of their business. You know, I'm not calling them and texting them, and what are you doing? I haven't heard from. I don't do that. You know, I figure if they want to be bothered with me, they'll let me know. And I was getting to feel a little bothered. So let's just blame it on my old fucking age, because I don't have any other reason other than the fact that my husband could have given me a heads up. He really could have. You know, instead of letting me walk into and make myself look like an asshole, which I did. I own it. Like I own this mouth. I own what I said. And kids, if you're watching, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Your mom's an asshole. And that's where we go with that one. See what the kids got me? A new diffuser, and
Yep, you're an asshole.
I am an asshole because I bitched. But you knew, you had heard from her, and you could have given me a heads up. So it's your fault. See, I'm telling you, I ain't afraid to say it's your fault, because you heard from her Friday asking what I was doing for the weekend, and when I didn't hear from her yesterday, you know her, she was up to something.
I got broad shoulders, babe.
I'm blaming you.
Okay.
See, I'm blaming him.
We're both assholes.
He says we're both assholes. And maybe we are, I don't know. But I feel like one right now. I really do. But it's okay. My kids know me, so. Okay, John? Okay. So, anyhow, I have to tell you what happened when we got back to the boat ramp. Chris has been wanting me to drive the Yakima up on the boat trailer, right, forever. He's like, oh, babe, you know, you could drive it because it's a tilt trailer. He says you could just go full force, drive it right up. Well, when we got back to the boat ramp, the tide was all the way in, and I said, okay, today's the day. I'm going to drive that boat right up on that trailer. Well, here I come, full force. Hold on a minute, I heard my toaster oven. And bingo, they're done. Anyhow, so here he comes. He backs down the boat ramp. I'm like, hold it, I'm good, you know. I'm backed up now. Right there, I don't know. I don't know that waterway really well, but in certain places, when that tide comes in, that water moves, and it was moving at the ramp. So while he went to get the boat trailer, I'm trying to get the Yakamaran off of what was the boat trailer before, or the boat ramp before the tide came in. Because I mean, it came way in. And I was like, I can do this. I can just drive it right up there. He can back that trailer in far enough. We're good. Well, I'm fighting. Oops, something on the floor. I'm fighting this moving water. I mean, I was fighting it to get away from the ramp, because the water, force of the water was pushing me back to the ramp. To get away from the ramp so I could pick up speed to get that boat up on that trailer. I wasn't afraid of that. However, I start up on that, you know, and I'm fighting it because the water is just pushing me everywhere. I get a running start, and here I am straight on to that, and here comes an influx of that water. Starts to push me sideways. Now, mind you, I'm halfway up on the trailer. But now all I see is me ending up in the fucking water. Because the Yakamaran is taking a side swipe on the trailer. It's not going up straight. Well, why isn't it going up straight? We have the two guides on the back, and mind you, now we took a boat trailer and revamped it for the yak, so, you know, the V's and everything are good, and it's still a work in progress, but it's worked really good up to this point. We have our regular loading down, piece of cake, you know, we've got the pulley thing, all of that. Here I come. Up on that boat trailer, and that fucking Yakamaran decides it wants to go sideways. I told him, I said, he's trying to pull me out of the water like this. I'm going, stop, 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 stop. He comes back. What's wrong? I'm like, there's no side runners on this trailer to stop this fucking thing from going sideways and me ending up in the water with it on top of me. And of course, he's a man, and he's looking at me like, I could see it in his face. Will you fucking sissy? No, I wasn't afraid of that. But I'm not afraid of driving it up there. What I'm afraid of is the son of a bitch coming off, flipping over on top of me, and breaking something. I'm really not into that. I've had all the broken bones I want first. So, he gets in the van, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, when you went to pull out the first time too, I said, you were leaving me behind sideways. I said, because the force of the water, you didn't have me hooked up to the pulley thing. Because I told him, I said, you gotta stop, you know? So he comes back, get it all straightened out, get it on the pulley. And then I was able to get it up on the trailer, as long as it was on the pulley thing, because that keeps it straight on the trailer. So we get it up on the trailer, get it straight. Now I want off the yak, and I want off the trailer, right? I'm done. And I told him, I said, don't ever ask me to do that again until you get the sides on that trailer so I can drive it up on the trailer, and I ain't got to worry about falling off the fucking trailer, right? And this is what I said to him. This is what we need to do. Because I'm not afraid of a whole lot of anything, but that was a little scary right there. And not knowing that waterway and not knowing really what was underneath me at that point. So he gets it fixed. I'll do it. I don't have an issue with it, but don't get mad at me because the situation is not safe. You know, don't do that to me. Just don't. So, you know, okay, first then again, I got mad. And I just told him, I said, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not. However, if he fixes the problem, I'll be all over that. You know, just make it so it's safe. I don't want to go sliding sideways. So we got that situation taken care of, and you know, it was a little touch and go because I was a little aggravated because it was unsafe, and he thought I should just keep going, and I was not. I refused to. I said no. Oh, anyhow, I was getting ready to tell you. I get ready to get off of there, right? And I'm short, and I'm getting ready to flip over the side of the yak and try to miss the wheel well on the trailer. So I told Chris, I said, I got nothing to grab onto. Can you come here? Okay. So I hold on to his arm. I get one leg over. And I'm kind of like, my oar was there, you know, with the strap that holds it. I don't think I need to tell you what an uncomfortable situation that was when I couldn't reach the ground with the 1 foot to get down right away, and the other one was still in the yak, and Chris was standing there, and I'm going, I'm stuck. So you can visualize maybe the side of the yak I'm ran in me. Yeah, that's what happened. But, you know, it happened, and I got off, and hopefully everything is still intact. But, yeah. You know, if I can get myself in a fucking predicament, I do. I do. I don't know. I don't know why, but I do. Hang on a minute. Let me grab his roll. I'm making BLTs on sub rolls that I put garlic butter on, and that's what he's having for dinner. Because again, I didn't pre-plan, because you know, I'm at that point in my life where shit happens when it happens. You know, I just I'm turning over a new leaf. I don't know what you call it. Maybe it's just old syndrome. I have no clue, but you know what? I'm talking myself out of getting aggravated about things. I get mad at myself because I know I shouldn't have got aggravated about it, because it don't help anybody. You know, it hurts me. It don't hurt anybody else. So, starting to give a lot of thought and get my priorities in line. Because again, this is the last season of my life. How long it will last, I don't know. 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 years. Could be 25 years. I don't know. But while I can still say, I don't know, and I can still cook and do things like that and kind of know, you know, what year it is and who our president is, well, where I'm at. But we don't know. And I know it's inevitable. And I think the dog is outside. So I'm going to live, as they say, my best life that I can. I wonder if that's my dog out there. Hold on, I'll take you out there with me. Again, we're going outside. Hopefully I don't burn the bacon. I don't think, unless somebody put him out here. Could be the neighbor's dogs. But no, I think I hear my dogs. Wonder who took him out. Chris must have brought him out. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Get in here. Lord God. Okay, it's beautiful. Looks like it's going to rain, though. Can you see that sky up there? And it probably will. You know, it's okay. I'm home. Everybody's safe. John's on his way to work. So he gets to work with my son tonight. Come on, June. And that makes everybody happy, because those boys grew up together and they're more like brothers than anything, you know. So everything's coming together. Yeah. Sometimes I get impatient and I don't understand why things don't come together, because in my head, the way my head works, it should always come together. You know, I get real frustrated when it does. I don't get frustrated. I get downright damn pissed off is what I get. But I'm working on that. I truly am. And hopefully one day, I'm not making any guarantees or any promises, but hopefully one day I can get everything in order. I'm working on it, but you know what? I gotta let some of it come naturally. You have to do that. So, that's where I'm at. I don't know what hit me in the fucking head. I don't know what is making me come to these thoughts and decisions at this point. Maybe it's normal. I don't know. I don't know. There's no handbook on getting old, and I ain't never been this age before, so I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. So we're going to wing it, and hopefully y'all will go with me and have a good time. You going to work, babe? Okay, kiss. Love you. You okay?
Yeah.
No, thank you for my gift. I love it so much. Right the Regs see it all the time.
Rick said the people were liking me though at Walmart.
Yes. Yeah, he said, you know, because they, hold on guys. He said because they like you, they think you're a good worker, and he said keep up the good work, show up. He said, and from what he's being told, they're going to keep 3 or 4 of you, and you're the best worker. Okay? So you're good, you're good. Keep being you, babe. That's all you got to do. All right, honey, love you. See you in the morning. So, and you know, my grandson just breaks my heart. We had a chitty chat today. And guys, listen, I need you to understand, I love all my children. I do. I love them for who they are because that's what we have. And I know I've mentioned one that has a drug problem, and I get it. I really do. I get it. And that's what I explained to my grandson today. I get that. And I get that's what transpired in her life, and to have things in the place where they're at. I don't get the initial use. I just don't. I don't. Anyhow. And I know one day she's going to see this YouTube thing. I don't advertise it, you know. I just, if you see it, you see it. And I know one day she's going to see this and she's going to think, Mom, what the fuck? Why is she talking to me? First of all, I've not shared this with anybody, friends, family, that can form opinions because they think they know. I just haven't. And it's not because I have anything to hide. I just know how they are, and they will form opinions, and that's not why I'm doing this. So, okay, guys, you got to walk with me. I'm going to deliver this sandwich to him. Pretty simple. It's nice, though. Look, can you see it? Well, probably not in the dark. Hold on. Let me get in the light. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm going to deliver his sandwich, and then I'll get back to what I'm saying. Here you go, babe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Ready.
Enjoy. And I know she's going to take it the negative way. And if she does, I don't mean it that way, but it's part of life. It's truth. You know, I'm not going to talk about all my children and, you know, be one of those parents that absolutely says, oh, my kids are perfect. No, they're not. Their mother's not perfect. They're not perfect. But this is things that happen in life. And unfortunately, it happened a lot in our family. A lot. So, to my daughter, if and when you might see this one, because I'm sure you'll see the other ones, if you took it that I was putting you down, no, I'm not. It's just part of life. It's who you are. I love you no matter what. I always will. And you know that. I've always told you that. And I've always told you, you know, that we can work through anything. However, here's the thing. I don't know, because I don't hear from you. So, we'll leave it at that. But just know, my daughter, I love you. And that'll never change. Beha, I was talking to my grandson. And, you know, he's got some things going on. But hopefully, we talked for a long time today, and every now and then, you know, he comes and he does a heart to heart with me, and I get, you know, because I'm all he knows is a female figure, you know, a strong female figure in his life. And we chatted, and he was telling me deep inside, and he was telling me that, and I understand this because, and the person I told you guys to listen to, I think I said her last name was Gibbons. I think it's Robbins, Mel Robbins. She's some type of, I think she might have been a lawyer or in the court systems, and she's done some psychology stuff. And anyhow, tell you what, that woman is a great influencer, and she makes you think. It makes you think a lot. And I was trying to explain to John what she was telling me about trauma when you're young, which, you know, I've always been one to say, you know, well, there's nothing you can do about it, grow up, move on, we'll figure it out, we'll fix it. But I never focused on it and blamed it. I said, you know, that happened in your childhood, you're grown now, you know. However, again, I was wrong listening to Mel Robbins, because she said that even though it's, people don't think of it as trauma, but like when you're a child, you get in trouble, your parents yell at you, they ignore you, you get a spanking, somebody does something to you, sometimes worse things happen, and you're not going to tell, whatever. But when you get older, the way you know it was a trauma is because something, a word, an object, whatever, will flash you right back to whatever that second was in your life. You've held on to it. You've not been able to get rid of it. It's a trauma. It is a trauma. Your body is reacting to that trauma with things that trigger it. I never thought about that. Then I got to thinking, you know, growing up, my mom she was pretty physically violent to me, physically abusive. And I may have told you about that before, so we won't run down that road again. But the more I started listening to this woman, the more it all makes sense. I'm not using it for an excuse for me being I'm not trying to excuse away why I'm like I am. But apparently the events that went on when I was younger are why I am a lot of ways why I am today. Why I get angry, certain trigger. Well, I'm not going to go into it. You have to listen to her. It's pretty deep and involved, but it hit me. You know, and it's so funny, when I listened to her this last time, she was talking about the same thing I was, about possessions. They're not needs, they're wants. And we all think we want this and we have to have this and blah, blah, blah. And next thing I know, I tune into her, and what is she talking about? The same thing. So I'm like, there's got to be something to it, you know, because this woman is very educated. Let me throw this back in the fridge. Anyhow, she's very educated. She's schooled in so many things. I'm not. I'm just a common, normal, everyday person. But to run across somebody that thinks about the same things I do in the same depth, with the same passion, strange. It's really strange. But she can explain it in a way that it makes sense. So since I've been listening to her, I'm trying not to jump so fast. It's like I told my grandson when we were talking today. You have to love and accept people. And this is not a new theory with me. This is the way I've been. No matter what. Because you can't change who they are. They have to do that. God, that piece of bacon is tough. But if you can learn to accept them for who they are, and work with who they are, and forgive them for anything they have done, And for God's sakes, don't take it personal, because most of the time it's not. Things are good if you can do that. You have to prioritize what you're going to get angry about. You have to prioritize. And the reason I was talking to him about is because he's young. So I'm hoping, sorry about that. I just had to have a piece of bacon. I'm starving. I'm hoping at his age, because he's a smart young man, and he's pretty mature. He's very mature. Very passionate. Has a great heart. So I'm going to hopefully instill a little into him about possessions and things. And even though I was part of that, you know, have to have, that's not that important. And maybe he sees it now in the last season of my life, because I'm certainly not the same person I was before, because before, rather than just running my big mouth, oh, revenge. Oh, and I caught myself in the car in that video the other day. That was a revenge thing, and I gotta stop that. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't fix anything. So I'm gonna try not to do it again. I'll keep reminding myself why I don't want to do it again, because it really doesn't do anything. It makes me feel better for the minute. That's it. It's like when I was bitching about my kids in text messages. It made me feel good. Do I feel good about it now? No, I don't feel good about it. I really don't. I do regret things like that. However, at the minute, I think I meant it. So, I don't know. But I do know I would give up my life for my children, my grandchildren, my husband, my brother, and maybe a stranger if I needed to. I really would. Oh God, here comes trouble. You know, I got my shirt on. Stay behind me. Stay behind me. Stay back. Back away from the camera. Okay. Thank you. Love you.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
I'll be out in a few minutes.
Okay.
How was your sandwich?
Gone.
Gone? Okay.
Delicious. Way too much fucking bacon.
Way too much bacon?
Way too much bacon.
Are you kidding me?
Perfect.
Oh, it was perfect. Okay. Way too much bacon. It was perfect. So, growing old without growing old is what I'm doing. But I think I'm growing old and finally maturing. Yeah, I think that's what's happening to me. But you know what? And I keep saying my grandson because I spend most of my time with him and we talk a lot. Give me a second. I'll remember where the hell I was going with this. Oh, I told him he'll never quit learning. I said, I never quit learning. And I'm always open to learn something new. Just like I'm learning that getting mad doesn't really change. Maybe sometimes, maybe if I get mad enough, I'll get somebody's attention for a second and they might hear something. But they don't care because they don't feel how I'm feeling at the moment. So therefore they can't relate. I get it now. I'm getting the whole thing now. Except I didn't get it about my kids at Mother's Day. I didn't. And I know my oldest one will see it. Because she found out today that I had a YouTube channel. I'm not hiding it. I'm just not commercializing it. Because I had asked her, I said, have you heard from your sister? Yeah. Actually, Mom, she texted me. I said, oh, is everything okay with her? What'd she say? She wanted to know if I knew you had a YouTube channel. She says, I said, no, I didn't. I said, no, you didn't. Not that I know. Because I haven't sent out invites or anything. They just get posted on YouTube. And that's it. If people I know happen to run into them, well, you just happen to. That's all. I'm not hiding it. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just not publicizing. Does that make sense? It does to me. In this head, it does. So that's why I say, I'm sure my youngest one is going to see the video. And you know I haven't mentioned her by name. Or my oldest. I might have, though, and not thought about it. Not meaning to. Trying to protect their privacy. Because I got a big mouth, you know. That's who I am. And we know that. They know that. They've been around me all their lives. So, there's a lot of other things going on, you know. I'm trying to help the situation with John and his mom. I don't know. Trying to help without being pushy. Help him. Tell him until he rectifies his issues with his mom. You know, his life is just not going to be fulfilling, and because he's going to look at relationships and people and want to pull away, and I'm not going to go into the issues between them. It's between them. I know what they are, but it's between them. They need to sit down and fix this. And I told John, I said, I'll go with you, but only as an emotional support. That's it. I'm not getting in there because I love your mother no matter what. No matter what. That's unconditional love no matter what. I said, just like I love the rest of you. So, I don't know. Hopefully he'll think about it. I know he misses her. I know he does. And I know she misses him. And, you know, what are you going to do? Because I have learned over time, even if my kids bring an issue to me, they're arguing with their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their husband, their wife, whatever, I'm not getting involved. I'll listen and I'll sympathize, but I'm not going to get involved because you know what? They kiss and make up. Guess who the fucking bad guy is? I learned that years ago. I'm not getting into anybody else's business like that. I need to sit down. I'm going to put this over here while my big mouth chews my bacon. I guess that's good for you. No, you know what? Let me eat. I cut myself a little piece off of the end of the sandwich because I haven't eaten much today and I really need to. I'm so sorry I got food in my mouth. Let me do that and I'll come back and we'll finish this talk. That way you're not stuck on the same video forever too to figure out what my point is. I'll be back, guys.